Now, Frank Kaminsky among the self-titled white guys of the Wisconsin Badgers. Now, I already know folks are going to complain, Earl, why are you making this a race thing? Earl, it doesn't have to be about color. Well, I took a little stroll on Instagram because I guess that's what the kids do these days, and I looked at Sam Decker's Instagram page. He describes himself in 2 words, white boy. Now, on the basketball court, it may have a negative connotation, but the Badgers, they actually embrace it. Take a listen. How do the Badgers think the rest of the country sees them?
Disciplined.
Unselfish.
Tough.
But then Frank Kaminsky dropped the bombshell.
White guys.
Yeah, we can laugh all we want, but there is a sort of disrespect when it comes to the Badgers and how they look.
Sometimes we kind of fail that eye test. I know me personally, I've heard comments about how I look like I'm asleep all the time. I don't know where that came from.
Aesthetically, we're not as pretty as some other teams, but we kind of relish in that. We kind of liked it because a lot of teams do doubt us, I think.
At first glance, this team might not look so tough, but I tell you what, this team got to the Final Four for a reason, and anyone that knows basketball knows the Wisconsin Badgers are for real.
They're very well respected because they play the game the right way. They share the basketball. They defend you. So you can see that these guys play with an edge, and that's good.
They were a 2 seed. They had one of the best and most impressive non-conference schedule in terms of some of the teams they beat.
The thing that impresses me the most about them is that they can win at any speed. And they can win, if you want to play in the 40s, they'll win that game. What are they? They've won games in the 40s all the way through the hundreds this year.
Thrust for 3, yes!
But for even basketball, the lesson comes down to something our parents taught us at home.
It doesn't really matter how you look, what you're wearing, anything. Well, if you can play, you can play. If you can ball, you can ball.
People can say, we look like this and we look like that. We look like a bunch of white guys, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
What did I learn on this trip? Well, I didn't really learn it, but, white men can't jump, and not only can they jump, they can play ball, too. The Wisconsin Badgers showing the country just that, and they could do it on an even grander stage here tomorrow against the Kentucky Wildcats in the National Semifinal.